Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the pre-recorded briefing for Saturday 19th of November. As I said yesterday, we'll be back to live briefings from Monday. The weather's actually not been too bad in places in the last several days. We've had a nice run in the last couple of days. Today looks okay, but the fly in the ointment is just watching what this weak weather system here is doing. There's currently rain on it, but not much, down over East Anglia and the North Sea. And it's slowly creeping in this way, but all the forecast models seem to show it just sort of grinding to a halt east of London, over the Cambridgeshire area, and sitting there, so not actually getting to us. And then a slow progress, these fronts here later in the day, going across us overnight, so moving through to tomorrow, we're back to a westerly flow and unstable air mass. So today you can see very slack air in there, upper winds, light westerly. So we finally got a Farnborough TAF. It's popped up. Okay, so yeah, not really a lot to say on that when it's short. It's always good news. So northwesterly, 5 to 7 knots probably. Scattered at 3.5. I think we've got sort of overcast. That's sort of like 3,000 feet by the looks of it, and that'll probably just break up during the day. In the summer you get quite excited about scattered at 3.5 because that's soaring, but I don't think there's going to be any of that today, to be honest. A little bit of local soaring yesterday, but not much. So nice day for training, light winds and the upper winds from the northwest, but fairly light, 5 to 10 knots at most by the looks of it, 320, 340 across the middle of the country. So you can see on the sat pic, there's the front line across East Anglia, and that's just the spill-off cloud of it that's over us. Quite pleasant, sunny out to the west. It might break up and get to us. And the rainfall radar shows it's sort of creeping down this way, but I think it looks like all the forecast models say it's going to stop and not actually get to us. Might get to London, but certainly not to Hampshire, hopefully. Temperature wise, it was thick coat weather yesterday in the cold breeze. It might be a fraction warmer, 9-10 degrees today, lighter winds. So still coat weather and woolly hat, but altogether pleasant. And top meteo, 9 o'clock cloud forecast. That cloud here is a bit further than top meteo is suggesting, but they're showing the progress of the frontal system. That's sort of 1 o'clock. It's at Oxford and London, and it seems to suggest it won't actually get to us. So we'll keep an eye on it. We might be unlucky and it might get this far. And their rainfall model from about 9-10 o'clock just shows it progressing down this way, but grinding to a halt, probably because this front's coming in from the west and this whole direction of travel is changing. So yeah, not a bad day, folks. Good for training, quite pleasant, warmish. Not as nice as last week where the temperatures were 16-17 degrees, but okay at the launch point, we won't freeze. And light winds, so we're on a 2-7 launching direction, and I'll talk about that in a second. So airspace wise, nothing in the Lasham area, but if you're off in a motor glider or powered aircraft, there's a couple of things to note. Number 14 is parachuting at Havant, 12:15, 12:45 local time. And number 9 is restricted airspace around the large new American aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford, that's parked up in the Solent. It's surfaced to 1,500 feet. You go a bit higher than that and just go and take some photographs, but suspect you get lower than that, there'll be guided missiles following you around. So don't tempt that one, folks. And apart from that, little wallop of NOTAM that they're winching today. It should be fairly quiet. Right, operationally, the grass is actually dried out quite nicely. I think the water table is so low that even if you have a couple of days of rain, it seems to soak away really quickly. So we were operating yesterday. We'll have the launch point just forward of the touchdown markers here, and we'll have cables on the north side because of the northerly drift. The winch will be down here somewhere. Cables on the north side for the winch launching on the north side of the centre line. The launch point vehicle will just be slightly to the south side of the centre line, and aero towing will be just on the southern edge of the tarmac, landing both sides of the grass. No landing on the runway because there isn't room behind here. It'll be full up. It's always a bit congested on the launch points like this, so just be careful when you're driving the retrieve truck and manoeuvring things around. I say it should be nice. I think most things are booked today, so when you go out and get stuff out the hangar, all the two-seaters out, that's for sure. We've got 4K21s and 3K13s. Hopefully, see you out there sometime just after 9 o'clock.